I just saw Drunk 3PO's video, so I went, that he just put up. And so I wanted to come back here and talk a little bit about it after I read this Reddit leak. And let me tell you guys, it's a very strange leak. I want you to, this is what it looks like. It's on Reddit. It's just, you know, if you look at the, I mean, a lot of this is, to me, I don't know what to think because some of it's really interesting and some of it's like, I don't know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about it. First off, this person, the first thing I'm going to do is explain that this person basically kind of goes, okay, regarding Lucasfilm. All right, I'll read you what he wrote. Let me get my Lucasfilm Pinhead employee voice on. It worked on the sequel trilogy for its entire run, from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. The world has changed, as has my position and the roots of this tree. In the next coming days, weeks, and months, there will be several leaks due to shakeups at Lucasfilm. Leaks have become a part of the culture of the company. I wanted to set some matters straight before that occurred. Who am I? Does it matter? There's nothing I could provide to convince anyone who I was without doxing myself, something I'm not particularly open to doing. Take this as gospel or with a grain of salt. Hi, Bobby. All right, so he goes regarding Lucasfilm. This is going to make you all laugh your asses off. Point number one, and he uses bullet points. There's never been a cultural war. Hey, Wendy. There's never been a cultural war, civil war at Lucasfilm. Oh, okay. Then he goes on to say, bullet number two, nevertheless, there is a disagreement on what direction to take. The franchise has always been a recurring problem. Certain members of the Lucasfilm story group, Pablo, desire to see Star Wars resemble a D&D campaign, more aesthetic, less narrative. Yeah, and that's really worked out. High Republic. Others, Favreau and Filoni, are pushed for a more traditional approach, which is what we want, okay? There isn't some war between Kathy and Favreau. They're on rather pleasant terms. Kathy seems to want him to take over when she retires or is promoted. Promoted to what? She's already Reich's Chancellor of Lucasfilm. What the fuck would she be promoted to? All right. Now, this is why I don't believe that. I'm sure John just loved it when Gina was fired for a fucking tweet or an Instagram post. I'm sure he was like, gee, Kathy, thank you so much for ruining Rangers of the New Republic and the new path we're trying to forge for this franchise because you fucked it up so much. Favreau may or may not take the position, I'm pretty sure. If he's offered it and she's gone and he has carte blanche to hire and fire anybody he wants, he will take it. Okay, we're looking at the Reddit story that everybody's talking about. And the next bullet point, Filoni isn't interested, nor is he even remotely qualified to run a film studio. He's much happier working on his own stories. Well, duh, we fucking knew that. All right. And the reason why I call this a soft PR dump is because they're trying to dampen the blow. The reason why I think it's real is because there will be shakeups and leaks coming up in the coming months. Kennedy's done. This is why they're putting this out there. Kennedy's done. Pablo was mentioned. Pablo's done. You watch. Mark my words. I'm going to say it right here. Sooner rather than later, every one of those people is kicked out the door. Can't afford to keep them. Look at what they've done. Regarding the sequel trilogy, there's one that I really wanted to see that absolutely pisses me off. Lucas. All right. Abrams wanted Rey to be the granddaughter of Anakin. Now, the Luke Skywalker fans who don't really have any respect for Han and Leia will like this. Eventually pushing her for her to be one of Luke's daughter he had with the fellow rebel after the war. Just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. I love Luke, but no, he doesn't need any kids. But that's going to piss off the Skywalker fans. Abrams had seen Kylo a tragic villain and wanted to tell a dark what-if story to the redemption of Vader. Ben Solo would have always been redeemed, but only through death. Finn had likewise been the subject of controversy. Abrams wanted John Boyega to play Finn. Alan Horn, as well as additional Disney producers, saw that as a further risk. Horn pushing for an Ansel Elgort type. Okay. Now, nothing to get upset about, nothing to freak out about. Is Alan Horn a racist? No, but he is worried about racists in China. They needed to sell the movie in China. Having a black lead in this and a romantic relationship would have been bad news for the box office. Okay, that's why. Is Alan Horn a racist? No, he's just a jackass. All right, I will never call somebody a racist unless I actually hear them or see actual real racism on the thing. It's not like Alan Horn is on Twitter screaming about black men with white women. Okay, not like Christina Ariel. Okay. Alan Horn is a poor executive. He doesn't understand Star Wars, doesn't understand the anything about it. When they brought up John Boyega, obviously from what this person says, he had a shit fit. And now Boyega had a point. The point was that you guys diminished my character, made him a laughingstock because of the Chinese box office. Which is kind of like when you've got, all right, let's say like you're a Polish company owner and you've got several Jewish people working for you. And Herr Obersturmbannführer comes in and says, you have to fire them and send them to me. And instead of hiding them and doing what's right, which is protecting them, the company owner says, sure, here you go. That's what this is. That's what this is. And that's what they did. It doesn't have anything to do with, Horn being some sort of Klan member. But he might not be an overt racist, but the fact that that the Disney executives gave in to overt racists is kind of a problem. Okay, should have told him no. In America, no one cares about race anymore. We don't. That's not who we are. And if the Chinese had a problem, so let's go. And here's one of the things that might make my first thing wrong, first opinion wrong. Finn being a Jedi was also something Disney producers thought was too much, quotation marks. If John Boyega was cast, Abrams was forced to water down that subplot in TFA. Again, the Chinese market. Horn was the most vocal against a romance between Finn and Rey, risk factor playing a big part. Here's the deal. Again, China plays a big role in that, and that's what Horn was looking at. Okay. This is the funny part. This is the hilarious part. This is JJ, rubbing his little legs together to virtue signal. All right, get ready. Lucas, all right. Abrams would eventually ask to set up a romance between Poe and Finn when Disney requested him not to go forward with the Finn and Rey, which had been refused as well. So not only do normal people don't get a Finn and Rey, the LGBTQ radicals don't get a gay romance. And then Lucasfilm asked Abrams to set up a romance between Poe and Rey, and Abrams refused. So basically, it's this whole thing is sort of what this is they're trying to soften the blow against Kathleen Kennedy. And if you go on this thing, you go on here and you look at the. Let me see if I can put the link up. I can't. Or let me see if I can. Can I? No, I can't. All right, I can't. All right. It's just, hey, Maze, Maze, I sent you that link. Can you post it in the chat so people can read it? I think there's something to this only because the leaks are going to come out pointing to major shakeups. And I don't, when you go, I'll go back and read this. I'll go back and read the prologue. So this guy let me get my Lucasfilm, pointy-headed pinhead. And, I'll read this. I worked on the sequel trilogy for its entitled run, from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Thanks, Maze. The world has changed, as has my position in the roots of the tree. In the next coming days, weeks, months, there will be several leaks due to shakeups at Lucasfilm. This is why this is here, right there. That's the key word. The rest is a mix of truth and bullshit. Okay, I believe the stuff about them wanting Finn and Rey to be together. I believe that Abrams is so fucking stupid he wanted Finn and Poe to be together. I believe that he was like, okay, I need a romance about Poe and Rey, and Lucasfilm going, or Lucasfilm saying, what about Poe and Rey? And him saying no, because he didn't get his way. And of course, then he goes on saying Rian Johnson was more amenable to Lucasfilm's demands. He was their butt buddy, for Christ's sakes. I mean, they were giving each other massages in a warm shower. I mean, I'm like, what? So, yeah, of course he was. But this is the key right here. In the next coming days, weeks, months, there will be several leaks due to shakeups at Lucasfilm. Leaks have become part of the culture of the company. I wanted to set some matters straight before that occurred. All right, basically, don't blame Kathy. Don't blame her. It's not her fault. What it looks like to me is they're, you know, trying to soften the blow of Kathy leaving and people getting fired. All right, that's what this is. You know, a lot of people in the comments are saying we don't believe this guy's full of shit, la di da, blah blah blah. The reason why I kind of think it rings true is because it does echo some of the stuff that Doomcock has been saying, and WW Pro, Midnight's Edge, and everybody. Okay, and some of the stuff that I've heard, and it's like that whole line. I'm gonna read it if you're new. I'm gonna read it again. In the next coming days, weeks, months, there will be several leaks due to shakeups at Lucasfilm. Well, like I said before, they haven't tweeted anything out in over a week. They haven't posted anything on Instagram that hasn't been a story in over a week. Okay? I don't think they posted much on Facebook at all either. All right? They've got all kinds of new Star Wars collectibles coming out and other things, and they are silent. Then this gets posted. This is somebody. This is a PR company dump. And it's just enough truth to make it kind of seem real. Oh, I don't know. He's busy. He's got a new job. I haven't talked to him in a long, long time. Maybe if he comes on here and watches, he'll jump in and say hi. Sometimes, you know, he's done that before. So, you know, I mean, I am literally, there's something happening. Now, if you go on to Matt Martin's Twitter, he was still tweeting as of today. Let me look. I'm gonna go into let's go see what Matt Martin's been doing. It's one thing about, oh, come on. Matt Martin Twitter. All right, let's see. When's the last time this dipshit's posted? Right, an hour ago. He posted an hour ago. But the official account hasn't been posting at all. And, you know, Pablo's busy hiding behind his Twitter account. I do think there's something going on. I think these guys are either too dumb to know or to be aware. They think they're bulletproof, or they don't give a fuck anymore. Let's see if this little fucker's talked about Star Wars. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, he's going off on the High Republic. Star Wars books, Del Rey Star Wars. Okay, now, Del Rey Star Wars, the next wave of the High Republic. Del Rey's so screwed. They have, I mean, come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. That picture right there is just so bad I can't even. Okay. So they're still tweeting, but the official accounts are not. Then we get this Reddit dump. And people out there don't think there's something going on. There's no civil war. You know, that's the first thing this person practically does is saying, there isn't a civil war. Kathy and John, you know, love each other. It's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. The reason why is this. There's too much intelligence out there saying they hate each other's guts. Of course, they're going to look cordial in front of the hired help. They have to. They're going to be professionals about it. But they hate each other, okay? And if I was Jon Favreau, after what she did, I'd be really pissed off. Yes, I'm so fucking glad you ruined the Rangers of the New Republic. Oh, and I love it that you threatened Rosario Dawson. And Dave Filoni, I'm really glad that you're threatening the one show that I was looking forward to working on. over bullshit, by the way. The stuff the SJW soy puffs are pissed off about is bullshit. It's as egregious as what they're pissed off at with Gina. That's how bad it is. Why don't y'all wrap your minds around that? Okay. I don't know the extent of the story, but it had something to do with Rosario's mother confronted a deadbeat renter who was a trans person. And she tried to evict this person. And I think they got into a fight and the cops were involved and, but somehow Rosario, because of that, is a transphobe. Wrap your minds around that one. Just think about it. Okay. So, yes, I do think there's something going on. Okay. I do honestly think there's something going on here because they do this. They put it on Reddit. They'll put it on Reddit, not 4chan, Reddit, because everybody reads Reddit. Okay. We'll see. Doomcock is supposed to put out another video this week sometime. And I know it takes him a long time because he's got a whole apparatus going on. But hopefully he'll have more up-to-date information. I am going to send this article to him and just say, hey, you probably read this, but you might want to read this again. Okay. It's very interesting to me that this came out when it did. This reads like someone trying to soften a blow for some reason. I don't know what. I mean, Del Rey Books is even thinking wanting to sell the High Republic anymore. Just let it die. Can't you see it wants to die? I mean, here's an example. Mike Alonso at Clobbering Times is a good friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for years. Went to Ollie's, found that $50 solo book, a retrospective, and the silhouette is Alden Ehrenyuk. And it was just people didn't want it. And it wasn't because of Harrison Ford. People didn't want it because that whole fucking movie and what they did to Han was such a travesty. I didn't want it. I'm not gonna buy it. I didn't buy it. Han Solo's my favorite character. Why the fuck would I want that? You do it right or you don't do it at all. Period. All right? They didn't do it right. So now it's at Ollie's. It was being sold for $50 at Barnes & Noble and Amazon and other places. It's being sold for $9 at Ollie's. Okay, so you can get this piece of trash for $9. Oh, I know that. I know, but it didn't work out very well. I heard that rumor too. This stinks of somebody who probably isn't in either camp. They still could be for all we know, but this isn't a PR firm. I don't think. Maybe it is, but this is definitely not fake. I mean, when the shakeup's going on at Lucasfilm, she's gone. I know she's gone. I mean, and the story group has to know if she goes, they go. Because, like, I think it was Tom who said, the only thing that's keeping the story group at Lucasfilm is Kathy. That's it. That is it. Okay? Pablo's done. Okay? I was hoping that he was fired a long time ago, but the fucker's still there. So, I am literally, I guess this makes me curious. And I like the CIA analyst kind of angle I take, because there's stuff you can extrapolate here that other people have said, okay? So there's a hint of truth here. Okay, this is a thing where they're trying to soften the blow. All right, now maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But this just makes me go, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's just like it really, really makes me want to know more. Let's go back. Let's go read further. Well, what's interesting is that the idea for Finn, he was going to be Lando's son, and Jaina was going to be his sister. Uh, uh, it's interesting that they're trying. Here's one that's really, you guys are all gonna laugh. Abrams had faith in Adam Driver and Domhnall Gleeson would be more than enough, and that both men would turn in a grand performance. Overrated. Disney did not want to hear it. They pushed Palpatine onto Kathy, who was forced to push him onto Abrams. So Disney is really at this is Kathy Kennedy trying to blame Disney for all this. Right there. Okay, awesome. That's great. Abrams played ball with Palpatine, yet every week on production there were new notes from Disney or Lucasfilm. Eventually, Abrams shot 2 movies, his vision and Disney Lucasfilms. I'll give you a guess on which one got a theatrical release. It wasn't the one with Matt Smith. Now, Maze. This brings up Matt Smith as the son of Mortis without saying it. Okay. Is there a JJ cut? Still perplexed on why everyone is calling it a JJ cut. Calling it Abrams cut seems more traditional. The answer is yes and no. There's an assembly cut of what Abrams filmed before the reshoots took place. It resembles his original vision. It needs some work and likely some reshoots. Only a lunatic would attempt to fund it, though. Is there a Lucas cut? No. Abrams had gone to Lucas like he had gone to all the other directors and got their input on 9. That's it. Lucas did not ghost direct 9. He gave his input on the initial script Abrams and Terrio worked on. Differences between the theatrical and Abrams cut of Tross. Matt Smith. There you go. The runtime would be close to 4 hours. If it was good, I could actually sit through that. Palpatine's role constantly changed, from dark spirit to possession to eventually rescued zombie clone. Original role was just a cameo for the fans, as it was in DOTF. Rey's parents had been Luke and a Force archaeologist who found Anakin's lightsaber after the events of OT, but before the sequel trilogy. We never learned her name in the story. Kylo and Rey's relationship was more tragic, Rey wanting to put him out of his misery, and Kylo Ren wanting to be free. Blah, blah. There was a scene of Kylo saying goodbye to Leia, getting closer to mother and son. Jaina had been Finn's sister. I'm told this was still on the table in future stories. Oh, I think Ryan and Carrie Hart will probably be inviting a lot of the story group to work for them. And Kennedy's got her own thing. Kennedy will do her own thing, and maybe she'll end up running Ryan's company for him. They're a match made in heaven. Coruscant was a key world for conflict between the First Order and the Resistance, as it always should be, since it's the core of the galaxy. Okay. Jaina had been Finn's sister. I'm told is still on the table for future stories. There won't be any future stories. Nobody likes these characters. They were separated when they were kidnapped. Their last names were once Galfridian. Much of Rose's subplot was dedicated to figuring out how to outsmart the First Order. Rose and Jaina had a third act subplot of converting the jammer into a beacon to alert the galaxy for the final battle. They became close. Ooh, knowing JJ, I don't want to know what that means. Hey, Pocket. Several flashbacks to Luke's life before the sequels. Luke had been looking for Mortis through Ahch-To. Give us Mortis, fix Han and Leia, give them more than one kid, give them a legacy to be proud of, give Luke a legacy to be proud of, give them their what they earned back. That's what the fans wanted. Luke and Kylo Ren would have a proper duel on Mortis. This scene was based off their confrontation in DOTF. What is DOTF? There were hints at Poe's romantic interest in Finn. Oh God, JJ, fucking quit it. But instead he gives his blessings to Finn and Rey. Okay, Duel of the Fates. Okay, all right. Okay. Sith troopers are actually clones mixed with Phasma's DNA. It just is the Abrams cut better. It is more a coherent story than the theatrical release, but it's also filled with a lot of Abrams quality writing. Everyone goes, no. If you don't like J.J. Abrams' film, this wouldn't make you a fan of Abrams or 9. Lucasfilm had thought it leaned too heavily on the fan service. No, it actually probably is bad fan service. There's a way to do it. JJ doesn't know how to fucking do fan service or nostalgia. Okay, if he did, we wouldn't have Drunk Deadbeat Dad Han Solo, Hillary Clinton, Leia Organa, and homeless hobo Luke. My final thoughts. Personally, I favorite Collins' ending chapter with Duel of the Fates more. In my opinion, he got Star Wars the best. Should have been given the whole trilogy, but that's just my own personal 2 cents. There'll be more leaks coming, maybe from me, maybe not. I can't provide much personal information without putting myself at risk. Take this however you want. I'm attempting to get this out for the sake of the truth. This is Kennedy. This is straight PR from Kathy and in her camp. At first I thought it was somebody who was neutral, and I don't think it is now. I think it might be someone who's neutral. But it's someone who doesn't like the idea of Kennedy being the bad guy in this. You know, she's the one who hates the fans. She hates Han Solo. I don't know what Harrison Ford did to her, but I have, I've theorized on it before that back in the day she probably hit on him, and he was like, there's a reason why I put up a picture of him and his wife and Steven Spielberg as the thumbnail. Okay. It's very, hey, Green Man, it's very interesting to me. This is all very interesting to me that this is put out here, you know. I just, you know, it, you know, so we've got this being dumped, Lucasfilm social media just going into radio silence. There's something going on. And for Kennedy's side, it's not good. Okay. I'm saying that right now. They can't afford it. Disney just can't afford it. Okay. And I think this is the first sort of kind of, they're trying to hide behind it. And it's just, you know, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I'm absolutely you know, the comments, look, I'll tell you something about people on the internet. You go through something like that and you can see the bad, you can see the idiots commenting, and a lot of people are idiots. They don't, you can tell them how you came to this conclusion. Yes, there's a civil war going on. No, there's not. No, there's not. Oh, okay. Well, JJ can't tell a story. He doesn't know how to get to the end of a story. And that's like weird. Did you ever see the video of him talking about, here's a mystery box here, there's a mystery box there? There's no end to it. There's fucking no end to it because he can't get to the end. Okay. All right. There you go right there. Very interesting to me. All right. Very, very interesting to me. This is, you know, I am very, you know, it's very intriguing to me that this got dumped and now everybody's, you know, wanting to, you know what I'm saying? They all want to make, or you know, everybody's commenting and it's very it's very interesting to me. All this stuff going on. So I'd say there's something coming out this week. Yeah, it doesn't, you know, the problem with JJ is that he doesn't know how to tell a story. He's I think he's probably very ADD. He isn't a guy that actually believes in anything, and you can tell. He just doesn't, what'd you say, John? Well, he doesn't know how to end it. If you've got, let's see, you got, a story goes like this. You've got a beginning. You got a beginning. Right. Then you go up to the middle where a lot of action, a lot of exposition takes place. You got the end, climax, and then the denouement. That's what it would look like. Right? All right. JJ can get to from the beginning to the middle and then goes, how do I get myself out of this? And his mystery boxes, his MacGuffins, I think a lot of I think he got so entranced with watching how Spielberg used them. Well, I would say it's going to come out, if that ever happened. Please, God, please, God. If that ever happened, so what's going to happen? There will be a big announcement. Disney regrets that to inform the public that the president of Lucasfilm, Kathy Kennedy, is stepping down early for health problems, to spend more time with their family, to pursue other creative possibilities. She's stepping down as head of Lucasfilm. She will still be producing Indiana Jones 5 and will be, producing other things for us, but she will no longer be running Lucasfilm. And then there could be a press conference. That would be great if she just retired completely, but that's not going to happen. I really wish it would. But she looks at the Children of Blood and Bone, that racist BLM Mein Kampf tome, as being Oscar bait. I mean, that's what she wants to do. She wants to do Oscar bait. She doesn't know how to do it. Without Spielberg, without Lucas, without Zemeckis, without Scorsese, without Clint Eastwood, she doesn't know how fucking to do a big production. Okay? Oscar bait movies can be big productions, but they're very artsy fartsy. Okay? They're very beautifully crafted and they look nice and they've got a story, but they're usually something that people don't go to. Okay? Which is why when a lot of people hear about the movie that won the Best Picture are like, I didn't see it. What the hell was that? That's Oscar bait. It's all to stroke the ego. The ego. And that's what she wants. Okay, that's what she wants. But this little thing right here, I'm going to say this right now. It is very... Green Man, don't blame him. He didn't know she was going to screw him over. Okay? George is very loyal to people. And he was loyal to Kathy and gave her his blessing. He didn't know she was a raving lunatic. There's a way to be a political hack in Hollywood and not be a raving lunatic when you make a movie. Okay? She's a raving lunatic. All right? And she is, what is this? She is, it's very, it's really kind of, I can't, but I'm not gonna blame George. You can't, he's a good guy, all right? If you want to blame him for anything, blame him for being naive, okay? Of course, you got Iger trying to protect her too. It was my fault. George is mad at me. Oh, fuck it. No, he's not mad at you. He might be mad at you. He might be mad at you for letting her do it, which I'm thinking is probably closer to the truth. Oh, all right. This is always one that has always made me wonder out loud. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they're together. You know, let's put it this way. I know a couple. Oh, Vader. I'm telling my husband, put $200 in my account. I'm going out to buy a bottle of Grand Dame Clico champagne. Yeah, I mean, I think Maze is right. I think it probably resembles more like Bill and Hillary. I mean, I think they live in a beautiful beach house in Malibu. I know that for a fact because Frank often posts pictures of their, I would say this dog is his beautiful golden retriever. That's a girl, by the way. So he's got a dog. I mean, that's good. He's got a dog. But as far as their marriage, I don't know. I think it's hard for me. She's just such a miserable woman and such a fake. That's exactly what they have. And now they want to produce Indy 5 together. Hey, Cinna Dave. It's all right. You know, I mean, I would say he's probably got a side chick or two, but he doesn't seem like that kind of guy. He's a really nice person. He's a good person. Okay. You know, it's like one of those marriages where, you know, you had everybody over for a big dinner party, and you're over at the kitchen, you're over washing dishes, you and your husband, and you're going through this, and you're talking about everybody who. Oh no, he's the one behind this. He's the one who wanted to make it. Him and Harrison. You know, so I don't think she gives two shits about Indy 5, and I think if anything, she's like it could save her reputation if it works. It's like, all right, so you and your husband are washing dishes, and you're talking about the people that were there. Talk about this couple. Yeah, Frank is a great guy, but God, Kathy's such a bitch. She's such a fake. And your husband goes, "What'd you have him here?" It's like, cause he's a good guy, and he's great to have a conversation with. But if I invite him, she's got to come too. And that's it. It's like, okay, and that's the thing. They're married. They might not actually sleep together anymore. Maybe Frank has got a girlfriend, and maybe she's got a girlfriend. She sure surrounds herself with a lot of young women. And I know enough about Hollywood through friends of mine that I know that female producers prey on young actresses too. And it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing Kennedy does would surprise me. The fact that when she made that announcement about Me Too at Lucasfilm, I'm like, how many skeletons are in your closet, bitch? That's where I'm going with that one. Okay. Anyway, I gotta go because I gotta go lift. It was a rainy, yucky day here. So anyway, you guys have a great afternoon. My voice is going, and yeah, read this thing and let me know what you think. This because part of it rings true, part of it is bullshit, and it looks to me like it's a soft PR dump. I don't know why I feel that way. Anyway, gotta run. Love you all. Stay safe. I'll see you around the galaxy. Unless something else happens.